So, I want to preface what I'm about to say by just reiterating how much I do enjoy being the manager of Charlton Athletic. It's been a lot of fun, and I am really enjoying it. And to be honest, we're doing better than I was expecting in the Premier League so far. Which is why it makes it really difficult to know what to do with a job offer sitting in my inbox. Hi there, how are you doing? Welcome to part number 19 of Club 2 of MyCareer, which might be the final episode of Club 2. We'll get to that in a moment. My name is Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video. The plan for today, just to reiterate what the original plan was to go all the way until around this period here, I think. Or was it here? I think it was around here. I'm not 100% sure if I can remember exactly what the plan was. Basically, you saw us with the 2 draws around... Was it draws or was it losses? I actually genuinely can't remember. I feel like it might have been Palace and Southampton. It was, in fact. We played 2 games since then, and you can see how they've gone. We won 2-1 against West Ham at home, drew away from Brentford. So I think the plan was to go towards kind of around the transfer window, somewhere in that period. The plan has changed because I was playing, I want to say it was between these 2 games. And I just happened to see a news article say that a particular club had parted ways with their manager. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the season and towards the end of last season, if a job came up, I'd have a look at it. If an offer came in, I should say, that I wasn't actively looking to leave the club. And then I saw this offer and I just thought, let's just put an application in. It is a club who have got a higher reputation than what I am currently at. So let's just see what would happen, whether we get an interview, and then ultimately we probably wouldn't get the job at this point anyway. We probably need another season of Premier League management. So I put it in. Interview happens. It said in the email for the interview, we're sceptical. So I immediately took that as we're not going to get it, but we'll see what we can do. So I went through everything, answered all the questions, fine. And then we got a job offer. Who do you think the job offer was from? Nope, you're wrong. It is, in fact, Wolverhampton Wanderers, who, to be fair, have been in the Premier League for quite some time. Reputation-wise, they're actually only a half a star higher than we are, but they have been a relatively consistent Premier League team for quite a number of years as far as I can recall. Now, in this save, they did get relegated and promoted again, so they have dropped off a little bit. But if you look at, they were promoted 2018-2019, they've got some serious Premier League history around here. So they've got more infrastructure to survive in the Premier League than Charlton do. In terms of club value, 467 million, we're valued at 176. In terms of like the media prediction, obviously we're predicted to finish bottom. That was the wrong thing there. They're predicted to finish 16th. So they're a tiny bit better in theory than we are. Their finances are okay. Ours are secure. They've got we've got a professional squad. They've got a determined squad. Their training facilities are better than ours. Their youth facilities are better. Their youth recruitment is slightly better. They're just having a bit of a poor season. As it stands at the moment, they are 19th. So they're not having a good time. However, I think that it's ripe for being turned around because I have had a quick look at their squad just to see it. And there's no way some of these players are not better than the players that we've got. Like Tavares is going to be better. Adara Beoyo, whose name I've probably butchered, is going to be better than anything that we've got. Andre, as far as I'm aware, he's decent. He's got good value as well. Angel Gomez is going to be better than most of our midfield. Brian Gilly's decent. Matthias Fernandez, I recognise that name, so I know he's got some ability to him. Now, they have got horrific injuries. Now, Connor Roberts, I don't know much about. Tommy Doyle, I know he's decent. I've used him before. Ait Nouri, I've used before. Don't know much about Bobby Clark. Gonzalo Guedes goes without saying. Fabio Silva flatters to deceive for most people in Football Manager. I don't think he ever really amounts to anything. There is stuff to work with here, but there is obviously issues. However, the club have offered me 48 million pounds to spend in the transfer window. So they are obviously willing to back me. Now, at the end of this season, we need to become an established Premier League team, which means we cannot afford relegation or even to be around there. We need to shoot up the table. Do I think I can do that? That is the question. I think I can. I genuinely think I can. But it is a huge risk, because if we take over here and Charlton continue their rise and start to cement themselves as a Premier League team and we go down, it's a horrible decision to make. But equally, the thing that's kind of making me question whether I do stay or leave. I mean, actually, at the moment, this stuff is all okay. But we have fallen out with a couple of players. Piccolo, we'd fallen out with a while ago. Udene, we fell out with a while ago as well. I have fallen out with a couple of others, but managed to rectify that. That's actually not as bad as I thought. It says we've got 5 players unhappy, which means there's clearly only 3 unhappy there. I mean, Udene, we know is unhappy. Content, Tommy Reed, I'm not bothered about him. Piccolo, we know. There's a concern from Edmonds Green, probably about wages. Iverson is dissatisfied with his contract. We know about Piccolo as well. And the youngster down here is obviously not getting a lot of playing time. This isn't actually quite as bad as I thought. I think I managed to rectify a few things. I think getting Wiwidu to go out on loan definitely did that. But, I don't know. This to me feels like an opportunity. Although it feels in many ways like a sidestep, Wolves have had recent history that makes me think that they might be, from a selfish career point of view, a good option to jump onto, in my opinion. I mean, again, look there. Back-to-back 7th place finishes. Got into Europe in at least one of those. Yes, they went down. They came straight back up. It's a big moment in the save because there's not really a reason for us to do it, because it's a team. It's the first time we've had a team that we're in the same league of who've offered us a job. That's an appealing offer. I did have one in the Championship and also one at National League level, which weren't worth even considering. But I'm just thinking, is it worth it? I mean, okay, let's also think about the realism factor. If this was genuinely something that was offered at me, I'm currently on $5.25 grand a week. Wolverhampton Wanderers are willing to offer me $46.5 grand a week. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's an absolute no-brainer. I think we're moving to Wolverhampton, which is fine for me, because that's not a million miles. I could get the train there from where I currently live in real life. So actually, it works in that kind of respect. Let's start the negotiations. I think we're leaving. But I'm pretty sure we're leaving. Immediate start, 3-year contract, money. Obviously, we'll take a hit on the wages if they do keep us, if we were to get relegated, which hopefully we don't. And they're also willing to... I never know whether this means they're willing to reduce it by 90% or yet they have to pay 90%. But they're willing to put that in there for me as well. We're obviously a very successful manager at this point relative to the jobs that we've had. I think it's a no-brainer. I do think there's reasons to stay at Charlton. Our youth system is churning out some decent youngsters. We've got a decent set of players that are overachieving for this level. But I feel like at some point, and we saw it towards the end of last season, that's House of Cards is going to fall down. Equally, a lot of the players who've been here longer, when they ask for more wages, they're asking for astronomical rises, which we just can't afford if we want to bring extra talent in. And ultimately, I think with the type of save this is, where we want to get to the Champions League, I think that is a long-term save that maybe is too long-term for this save. That's more like a Deportivo save in a way. Although that ended up being relatively quick in the grand scheme of things. So this is making me think Wolves. I'm also kind of thinking it's kind of funny because as a Villa fan, I don't know whether I should even be entertaining this. If it was Birmingham City, that would be even more hilarious, but it's not. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers. And actually, I don't know what other Villa fans' feelings are and other Wolves fans' feelings are on Villa. I don't mind Wolves too much at all. I actually quite like them. You only live once. We are the manager of Wolves. Well, we're not yet. We've signed the contracts. We're still at the training ground at Charlton. We're saying our goodbyes to everyone. So let's just remind ourselves of who we're leaving. This is a big moment. So, I mean, there's a lot of good star ratings here, but just again to highlight, the best player we've got is a decent Premier League player, which doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't fill me with confidence, to be honest. I mean, Kerr Smith is next as well. Yusuf we brought in. He's meant to be a decent Premier League player. He's not been very good for us. Shahar has dropped a little bit. Again, still a decent Premier League player, though. Iverson is a leading championship, good championship. He's not even leading, he's a good championship player. We are cashing out while our stock is high, and I think we're going to a club that can offer us quite a bit. Although I will say, I'm still baffled by the finances. This club is printing money, and I don't really know how. I'd love to sit here and work this out, where all of this money is coming from. I mean, season tickets were earning quite a bit. That's this season, obviously. This month, where is the money coming from? I mean, gate receipts. We must just be selling lots of tickets. But also our wages are very low as well. If I go to expenditure and look at our wages, let's close that. Let's have a look at player wages. I mean, okay, it's quite high, but everything else is actually relatively low. Whereas if you look at our income, do you know what? It's that Premier League money, isn't it? It's that Premier League money is what's doing it. Like, I'll put it like this. Our expenditure last month, overall, what was it? Last month, expenditure was £6 million. Our income, just on TV, was 11. So that's what it is. And it's the fact that our wages are so low. But that's not going to be sustainable. So, Charlton, it's been real. We haven't actually won a proper trophy. We have won a playoff, which was getting from League One to the Championship. We finished second in the Championship by bottling it. But we did still get promoted. And we've had a very, very good start to the season, considering we've just got promoted. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. One of them in the cup. A bunch of draws, some losses. Our wins were against teams like Manchester United and Arsenal and Spurs as well. But I think it's about time. Well, it's probably not even about time. It's probably a lot earlier than I thought it was. But I think it's time for us to step things up. And actually, we're not that far away from a game against Wolves / a game against Charlton. So, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get the move over and done with. And there we are. Wolverhampton Wanderers manager. I did not think that would be a club that I'd be managing in this year's MyCareer. No idea that was going to happen whatsoever. So, now that we know where we're going to be managing going forward, what we need to do is we need to work out how are we going to get there. Well, bit of magic for you there. We are going to be looking at whether we can travel. And really, we can. It's a 3-hour odd journey, but we could do that if we wanted to. I'm not necessarily feeling a 3-hour journey, if I'm honest. Now, what I will say is, if I put Birmingham in and just went just standard Birmingham, it's very doable. Now, I don't drive, admittedly. I didn't have a look at how long the distances were, but I mean, it was 3 hours on the train. That's how I would be getting there. It's an hour drive. I don't drive. It is what it is. It's actually 31 minutes on public transport. I use public transport quite a lot. That is like my journey to work, like my actual real job. So that's very doable. So we can actually live in Birmingham. 5-hour walk. No, look at me. Cycle, hour and 27 minutes. No, look at me. And no flights available. So I'm actually thinking I just come back to Birmingham. I mean, why not? It's going to save me a bit of cash. I might just do that. Now, I've actually forgotten what my wage was, and I really should have double-checked that. But let's say I did want to get a new place. I think it was about £45,000 a week. If it was that, that's how much I would be earning a year. That's how much I could borrow. Let's have a look around the general Midlands area and see if we could get a property somewhere in that region. It's actually really hard to spend £12 million on a property in Birmingham, apparently. I don't believe that for a second. I probably could look at more websites. But I found this one. This looks grand enough. This is in Edgbaston, which is quite a nice area for the most part, just outside the city centre. So transport routes would be good. And, well, look at it. Just look at it. It's got a little drop-off zone outside the front doors, which is quite nice. I mean, it's got piano in here as well. I've already had a look at a couple of these photos, so it does look very very enticing. It's got an extension on the back as well. One of them, what would you call them? I forgot the name of it. But it's got steps coming down to this big grand garden. It's got everything done like a football pitch. It's like they knew that I was coming, which is fantastic. Big old garage. I can do my recording in there, which is great. It's got its own little private door as well. That's another view, so that's where you enter in. That's another view of that lovely piano in the stairs. Not too sure about the carpet, I'm not going to lie. That's a lovely kitchen. I love the size of the fridge freezer. I love this little middle island. That's fantastic. I'm assuming that this over here is going to be like the... I don't know, is that like the glass... like a dishwasher maybe? It's something concealed, which I quite like. Or is it an oven? Because it looks like it might have a bit... Oh, no, the oven's over here. It's a big oven. Look at all the dials on that bad boy. Goodness me. It's even got a bottle of Laurent Perrier Rosé champagne. I've worked in a bar before. I'm very, very, very comfortable with knowing what that particular product is. That's a little bit of an ugly sight. We'll pretend that that's not there, though. That's fine. Another angle. It's got a look at the little table there. So you can sit in there while your food's being cooked for you with a breakfast bar there as well. With plugs as well. Plugs for days. 2 ovens. It's a double oven with a big extractor on the top and a microwave, which I'll probably be using more than anything. Look at the roaring fire. I don't know if that's real. It could be. It could be very real. But that's a big old living room. No telly as well, which is a bit concerning. I'm not sure I'm okay with that. Another piano, though. Although that might be the same piano. Now, no, ignore me. The garage is not being my office. This is my office. Look at the state of this. Mr. President, can I come in? Because that is what this looks like. Wowee. Wowee. Fire's gone. It's gone off. I need to put that back on. This is under the fire, by the way. This is an entirely other room. Wow. No tellies at all, though. I am a bit concerned about that. If I'm being honest, that's a grand dining room. But why do you need a dining room when you've got, like, the tables and chairs in your kitchen? I have to question the logic of that. I'm a little bit confused by it, if I'm honest with you. Not that it takes much. I mean, that just looks like royalty. What is this even for? I mean, is this for the dog? We've got a dog. This is for the dog. It's like they've thought of everything. And then here we are in the conservatory. That's the word. I couldn't think of it. But here we are with a couple more chairs. Like a wicker chaise longue, I think. Is that the right word? I'm not very good with words. I don't know if you noticed. Outside lights, which are now inside lights, even though it's sort of still outside with some plants as well. It's looking very fancy. I think this is the place. I think this is the place. It's got little shelves there as well. I want it. I want it very, very much. Yeah, we're living here. And then we've just not having to have a bigger mortgage. That'll do for me. There's another view of the inside. Big old clock here as well. That looks pretty fancy. I'm sold. Let's move in, shall we? Oh, just to confirm, it is a real fire. I found this photo. It is real. I want it even more now. Right, so I suppose we should go back to the matter at hand and actually move into the club, shall we? There we go. Back to business. So, this is a bit of a whirlwind, really, isn't it? I did not expect to be moving club today, and yet here we are. In a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate, Stubo FM has left Charlton to join divisional rivals Wolves. FM, of course, who most famously lifted the English Football League trophy with the Addicts in 2026. I'm not sure that constitutes as fame, but we'll go with it. I'm managing the rivals of Aston Villa, so the game recognises this because I did put in at the beginning of the save that I am a Villa fan. More intrigued to an interesting appointment. Questions have been raised why I've taken the job within the same division. Pressure will be there to deliver success to the Molineux. We know that. We know there's going to be pressure because of where they are and where Charlton were. But I firmly believe that Wolves, at this moment in time in this save, are a bigger and better option to go with than Charlton are. It's just the way that it is, unfortunately. Fabio Grosso is considered to be the favourite for the job, particularly after he was spotted attending an interview, but ultimately they preferred a different candidate. That was me. Charlton will now be looking for a new manager. We'll keep an eye on that. A number of our staff have joined us. Glenn Taylor did not, because in the nicest way, he wasn't a very good director of football. And some of the people who were here have all exited as well, including Luke Nillis, former Aston Villa striker, who had a nasty injury that retired him, actually. So, poor run of 5 league games without a win, and relegation candidates as well, finding themselves in 19th in the Premier League. Wolves have lost 4 of their past 5. So basically, they've won 1 in their last 5, is what I've taken from that. But no, it's 5 league games without a win. They haven't won 1. They've drawn 1 and lost 4. Didn't say it was going to be easy. Right, so, reputation, again, that's really hard to see, but it is 3.5 star. We have got a 16th prediction. Our director of football is Matthew Hobbs. Assistant manager is Paul Simpson. I recognise your name, and I don't know why. It won't come up on here, though. Year fan is 1877. Our fierce rivals are West Brom. So, we have got that rivalry to keep an eye out for. We've got the Sir Jack Hayward training ground with excellent facilities all around. Good stadium in the Molineux. And here's what we've won. I mean, they have won league titles, not the Premier League, but they've won league titles in the past. They've also won FA Cups. They've also won the Championship. They've also won the Carabao Cup, League One, Community Shield, one of the other ones, League Two, the English Football League Trophy, and also the Third Division North. Won plenty of stuff in their time. So our old friend the diamond is apparently the way to go. I don't know whether I will do a diamond, but it is certainly interesting to see that this is what they recommend. And that is the best starting 11 apparently. So that would have Tavares starting, this Roberts guy starting at right back, Doyle at the base of the midfield. I have used Doyle before. Can't remember where, but I have used him. Angel Gomez, haven't really used him much, but he's good. Andre, I know the name of. Fernandez, I know the name of as well. Strikers, I'm not that familiar with. I'm familiar with Castrovilli, though, and he's leaving in June. If that's not tied to this loan deal, I'd like to get him back because he's a decent player. Castrovilli is a good player, but he will be... In fact, no, he is on loan to Cremonese and he's leaving to Cremonese, which is a bit of a shame. Ruby Silva's decent. We could try and get him back. Okay, things to think about there. In terms of what the club wants us to do, we need to make progress on and off the pitch, whatever that means. Keep it in the budget, grow the club, contract stuff, competitive in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, but also establish ourselves as a Premier League team and grow the club's reputation. Okay, that's fine. The established Premier League team is a bit of a steep one, but I have agreed to it. So, you know, I will fall on my sword with that one. And then they want us to keep being basically, they want us to be a mid-table Premier League team going forward. Fine, I can sign up for that. That's what the supporters' vision is. Entertaining football with young players coming through. You've got a decent youth system, so that's fine. Better of West Brom, better of Birmingham. They don't care about Villa, that's fine. And remaining in the Premier League is a requirement for the fans. I will say yes to that. We'll keep that as that. And that's going to be us in Wolves. And here we are. And we are in apparently a landmark season. Which I'm trying to read to see why it's a landmark season. It doesn't really say anything about why it's a landmark season, but there you go. You can see my history here. Obviously started at Spennymoor. So what did we spend? We spent 2 full seasons at Spennymoor. Got promoted. Yeah, got promoted there. Got promoted there. Then we moved halfway through the next season. Got promoted. So that was 1 full season. So really, we've only spent 1 full season at Charlton, but we spent 2 half seasons there as well. We actually left around the same time that we left Spennymoor, which is quite funny. So 2.5 seasons at Spennymoor, 2 seasons when you work it out at Charlton, and here we are at Wolverhampton. Now we've got ongoing negotiations for this guy who's a fitness coach. Why this is an ongoing negotiation, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, this is one of our guys that we're trying to bring over as a fitness coach, so I'm quite happy to do that. He's got a work permit actually, so that's fine. We're just waiting for that work permit to go through. Right, now let's have a look at the squad. I mean, immediately that looks better. And I know the star ratings are relative to clubs, but immediately let's have a look. Good player for Premier League, so we know that is going to be good player. Now, he has not had a particularly good season, but you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be trying to build the squad around someone like him at 24. So we've got Matthias Fernandez, attacking midfielder. He's our best player at the club. We're going to have to try and play with an attacking midfielder. We've got a deep line playmaker who can play as a defensive midfielder or a central midfielder in the form of Andre, 27 years old. He is a Brazil international. So we do need to focus on getting the best out of him. He's our captain as well. Good leadership. He's a great player, actually. I'm really happy to have him. Consistent as well. Likes big matches. Really happy with him. And then we've got this guy here. Bastien Muyupiu. I might get that wrong. I might just call him Bastien. He's an under-21 international for France. 22 years old. He looks pretty decent, actually. He is a defender. Centre-back. Could play as a left-back if we absolutely needed him to, but he will probably be a centre-back at 6'3". Mattia Freegan, who is a striker, I do believe. He is 25 years old, 20 caps for Croatia. Finishing's okay. Relatively quick, relatively tallish. Good determination, good aggression. I mean, again, I'm seeing players who should be doing really well here. Tavares at 28 is a fullback. He is a winger as well, actually, but he'll probably be playing a fullback, left back or right back, probably left back for us. He was wanted by who? Al Ittihad, of course he is. 8 caps for Portugal. quite happy to keep a hold of him. Ute, central defender. He is another player who's a good Premier League player. How are Wolves in the position that they... Is this another Charlton situation where the manager's just bottled it? Because I don't get it. 18 caps for Cameroon for this man. 6'5", relatively quick for it as well. Oh, this guy's going to be our king. Oh, my word. I can't wait to get him playing for us. Excellent. Right, Ryan Aït-Nouri, who is going to be another left-back. He's injured, though. 27 years old, 31 caps for Algeria. We are going to be missing him for an extended period of time. 5 weeks maximum. But it'll be interesting to see what happens when he comes back. Angel Gomez. No England caps in this universe. Of course, I started playing this before Lee Carty gave him his England debut. So, never made it for England. He is a winger, central midfielder, attacking midfielder. I'm leaning towards 4-2-3-1 from the players that I've seen so far. Hasn't really done anything at 28. But again, he's a decent enough player. And I'm pretty sure he... Again, any of these guys, if we had them at Charlton, they would be top of our players. And all of them are under 20. 28 or under, to be fair. Next one, who is the first over 30, is Tosin Adarabioyo. I'm struggling with the surname, I'm not going to lie. So Tosin is here. He's a Nigerian international with 40 caps, 4 goals. And he's injury prone, but he's a centre-back who is probably our first one who drops down to being a decent Premier League player. Not one for the future, but he'll do a job for now. Connor Roberts at 33. Not familiar with this man at all, but he's decent enough. He is a right-back. He's also suspended for the next game, which is frustrating because I've not seen an active right-back yet. And then we've got Benjamin Rollheiser, who is an attacking midfielder at 28. He's transfer listed. Looks like he could do a half-decent job for us for now, though. As a cover attacking midfielder and a winger, actually. Argentinian, capped at under 17 level. When you're 28 years old, you probably shouldn't still be bragging about that. It's not much to brag about when you're 28 and you've not got any further than the under 17s. Mamadou Sonko, 23 years old. He's got a bit of potential. He's a 3-star player. Still a decent Premier League player. He's a winger. Looks decent enough. 5'8", 4 caps for Sweden already. We'll see if we can get something out of him. He's got 4 stars of potential, so he could be decent for us. Bobby Clark, who is injured at 23. He is not a Premier League player. He's a Championship player according to this and dreads big games. He's going to be out the door as soon as we can get him fit. 5 weeks out for him. Bryce Samba in goal. He's the first goalkeeper that we found. We found problem number 1. We need a goalkeeper. Bryce Samba, 34 years young, is our best goalkeeper. He looks like he'll do for now, to be fair, but I think an upgrade is going to be needed, if I'm being honest. No offence to him, but I think an upgrade is going to be needed. Then Fabio Silva, who I feel like has been a meme for Wolves for years, because he's been there for a long time and just never done anything. We'll try and sell him, because I don't think he's going to do anything for us. Well, I'll give him a chance, but I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it at all. Then we've got Castrovilli, we're not going to bother looking at. Hayden Hackney. 26 years old, transfer list, not a Premier League player, Championship quality. We're familiar with that at Charlton, but could do a job for us if needed as a rotation player. Definitely could. Tommy Doyle injured, which is frustrating. Decent enough Premier League player, can play as the playmaker, substitute if needed. Again, I have used this guy before and he's been pretty decent. Again, I just can't remember where I used him. It might have been in what's this save called? MyCareer. It might have been in MyCareer last year, but I can't actually genuinely remember. Sasa. Kalazic. We're going to go with Sasha Kalazic. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Sasa Kalazic. Well, anyway, he's 31 and he's fine, but he's injury prone, so we need to be careful of him. Not the best level, but he has scored a couple of goals for us this season. Rui Silva, half decent goalkeeper, but he's out on loan anyway, so we don't need to worry about him. Gonzalo Guedes is nowhere near the player he once was. He is also injured and very injury prone. We'll be getting rid of him as soon as he's fit, best we can. Then we've got 2 players at the end who aren't going to be worth that much. Matusiwa, who is an Angolan international, which is pretty cool, but again, not really the quality that we need. And Luke Wolfenden, again, quality's not really there at 30 years old, and also he's not really a fan of big games. Now, we do have one more, Ethan Sutherland, not Sunderland. Doesn't really matter, because what he is doing in our first 11 and at the club, I don't really know. No offence to you, Ethan, but you're just not at the level that we need. I mean, I've seen worse squads, but admittedly, there's work to be done. There is work to be done. Now, let's get rid of the guys who are not at the club. So we have a list of players of 24. So, taking you out. taking injuries out 20, taking suspensions out 19. And then we've got a handful of players who aren't very good. So we are a bit threadbare. Now, I haven't looked at the youth setup yet, but immediately, right there, Dan Hughes, why are you not in the first team? Sir. I don't care that you're a decent championship player. That means you can play for us. 6'1". He's not the quickest in the world, but he's got a bit of agility about him. His heading's good. Tackling's not the best. His positioning could do with a bit of work. But he's got caps for Wales already. He's already played 4 times for us as well. You're called up, son. Why are you there? I don't know. You're called up. Let's have a quick look at the under-21s as a whole. Got some talent, but again, maximum is 2-star. We won't really risk any of the 2 stars just yet. And not really much to write home about in the under-18s, really, which is a bit of a concern. Loan obligations that we currently have. Castrovilli, again, we know he's leaving as well. Again, no one there that I really want to do anything with. So, other than maybe Hackney, and that's a bit of a stretch. Well, we need to now try and work out what to do with the tactics. So I'm going to have a quick think about this, go away and have a look at it, and I'll see what I can come up with. Okay, I've had a bit of a play around with the tactics, and this is what I've settled on. We definitely need work, but this 11 is better than my Charlton team for the most part. So, Samba in goal is going to be fine. However, he is actually the only first team goalkeeper that we've got. We do have Sam Johnston. He's been in the under-21s, so we do have to bear that in mind. But Samba is not having a good season, but hopefully we can help resurrect that. Tavares is a left-back. He'll be playing at right-back due to lack of options at the moment. They don't have a proper right-back other than this Roberts guy who is suspended. But he does look like a decent one. Although he's 33, we need to get a new one in. So we know some of the business we're doing in January. Ute and Tosin, they will make a decent partnership. Although Mapiu, should be one of them. But he's playing as an emergency left-back. Because again, without Nuri out, we only have one left-back at the moment. And he's playing at right-back. So that's a bit of a problem. But depth-wise, we do have a third good central defender. And another decent one on the bench as well. Midfield-wise, we need some depth to come in for the defensive midfield slot, sorry. But the one next to it, who's the playmaker, is going to be... like, there's going to be a queue of people behind him because we've got a few of them. And Andre is going to lead those and hopefully will lead us to getting the team back on track. And then we've got the midfield. Sonko at the moment is out there. However, I've only just kind of thrown him in because we've also got Chiquinho who can play there. And he can do it at a higher quality. And he's also, I think he's on the favoured personnel list of the club. So it'd be silly not to play him, really. So I think we will start with him and see how he gets on. Hopefully he does a decent job. Then we've got Fernandez in the middle and Gomez out on the left-hand side. As an attacking midfield 4, including Frigan as a pressing forward, I'm quite happy with it. But where we need improvement, fullbacks, definitely right back, at least one in. Centre back, I think we could do better than Wolfenden and Mapuyu. But also Tosin is going to be getting on a little bit now. He's 31, I think he is. So, I mean, his natural fitness is 15. He's probably got another couple of seasons in him, but he is also injury prone, so we have to bear that in mind. So we need an improvement there. Defensive midfield, we need at least 1, probably 2. Attacking midfield is fine. Wings are sort of fine. We've got Sonko and Gil, and also Fabio Silva can sort of do a job there. Striker-wise, we're sort of fine now, but again, if we can find a decent striker for not that much money, I would be very happy with that. We just need to get this tactic trained. Now, I have also got this, which Andre can drop to here. We can move Gomez in the middle and put another winger out there. Or I did put a diamond together as well, just in case. The club does sort of suit a diamond, but Chiquinho feels like he gets left out to dry a little bit with that. I don't want that because he's a decent player. So we are going to stick with this. I think this is going to be the one to go with. Our first game is against Tottenham Hotspur. Yikes. We're not going to play that on this video because this video is going to be long enough. What we're going to do is I'm going to go away and I'm going to take us through until the end of December just to see how the first kind of month goes. And then we'll show you a couple of games. We'll do Leeds and Bristol City. And we'll just see how things are lying and we'll just see what business we can get done. I'll try and get some business done before that video. However, one thing I do need to draw your attention to is our finances. We're not printing money the same way that Charlton were. Now, we are over the wage budget, which is a bit frustrating because I feel like I've been a little bit lied to. However, it won't let me do anything. I don't know whether it's because of this one that's here, that's not there. But obviously, we'll need to balance it out a little bit, which is fine. We can do that. However, we do have these here. So we've got... what we got? I can't sell it. I need to set the expectations. That's probably the reason why. Well, let's do the expectations quickly. Avoid a relegation battle. Sure. Yeah, fine. I mean, if I push that up, do I dare try and say that I'm going to do a mid-table finish? How far are we off a mid-table finish? Let's have a look. 8 points. Mid-table is going to be 10th, 17. 9 points away. We can do that. I'm very confident we can do that. Get some more money in the club. Third round, I'm not going to mess around with these two. We'll leave those. But we're going to focus our attention on the league. Mid-table finish. Right. Okay. Right. Sonko's unhappy. What is it? Playing time. Fine, we can do that. Arne Slot's telling people that I'm going to do a good job. I need to sort out captain. I'm probably going to leave things as they are with that. Other than maybe I'll have a look at the vice captain. Right. Can I do stuff with this now? Yes, I can. Right. So, we need to get that. Wait, it's already... Oh, it's above it now because I did that. Well, let me drop it down one more as well. And now, all fine. All absolutely fine. And then I am going to sell these as well. So what we got? 250,000, that's fine. Jaden Bogle, 2.4. How many appearances has Jaden Bogle made for Brighton? He has made 20. He's made none. He's just been sold by them. I mean, I'll take the money, to be honest. He might get sold on. Bobby Clark. Can buy that. No, these are clauses we can buy. We don't want those. Rodrigo Gomez. 1.6 million. Another 45 appearances. 1.17 is what we can get. I mean, we might as well just get that now. And then 30% of the profit. Signed for 5 million. I might leave that one there. And then Enzo Gonzalez. 20% on his profit. Yeah, do you know what? We'll leave that one there as well. Okay, got a little bit of money back. Not loads and loads, but it will give us a little bit more spensies. So that is what our budget is looking like. I think it's relatively healthy, to be honest with you. I think that's going to be really, really useful. Now, in terms of the players that we're probably looking to move on, I don't really know because obviously we've only just joined. But my instincts would be the old men, Connor Roberts, although we'll probably keep him for a season. If we're looking at this in terms of when everybody is fit, obviously, you go there, you go there. Let's do this how we normally would do pre-season. So, we know we need a goalkeeper in the nicest possible way. Goalkeeper's fine. Right back, what have we got? Well, Danny Hughes can play there. He's more of a centre-back, but he can play there. But let's consider him a centre-back for the time being. Now, right back, I have got this guy, Matosiwa, who can play there, which I didn't realise to begin with. So, I mean, yeah, fine. Maybe we still need one there. So let's consider him one we can move on. That's fine. Left back, we're fine. Centre back, we're more or less fine. Because again, Matosiwa, in fact, no, Matosiwa's not the one who can play that. Aradibioyo is the one who can. So we'll put him back in. We'll put him in instead of Wolfenden. And we've got him and Roberts. Now, the... that's the one around, sorry. Yeah, you two there. Left back is fine. We know left back is fine because we've got Ait-Nouri and also Tavares. So Tavares comes into there. Defensive midfielder for defending we need. So Brian Gill is not going to be that player. We need a gap there. So let me get rid of him. Then defensive midfield playmaker is going to probably be Tommy Doyle, more than likely. He will go there. Then we need an attacking midfielder. Sorry, a winger to begin with, actually. We've got plenty of wingers. Sonko can probably go there. Attacking midfield-wise, I mean, Gomez can play there. There's so many players who we've got who could play there. Whether they're any good or not is a complete other matter. I will put you there for the time being. Left wing, again, we've got a number of wingers who can do the job. You're going to be the backup striker, so it can't be you. We'll have to put you there and then you there. So, striker-wise, this is our backup striker. We could do with a new one. Wingers. Brian Gill is more of a left winger more than anything. But he's currently on here as an attacking midfielder, isn't he? So, right wing, you can do a job there. You can do a good job there, actually. So, Sonko's more of a left winger, as is Gill. Gil can do left wing and also right wing adequately, and central midfielder. I think central midfielder actually, ironically, although I said it's one of our strongest positions, it's probably where we could do with a little bit of strengthening. So if I take you out for now, and then wing wise, we're fine. We don't really need a winger. So in the transfer window, ideally what we need is goalkeeper, right back, central midfielder, and an attacking midfielder and a striker. In terms of players we can move on without really worrying, I mean, we need Fernandez. Let's put him back in just so he doesn't get lost in the shuffle. And we need none of these guys. So really, Kaladzic we could get rid of. We could get rid of Kaladzic. So that's potentially one. Let's say we get, I don't know, 9 million for him. Wolfenden, let's say we move him on, we get 1 million, let's call it 10. Matusiwa, let's say we get rid of him, get another, I don't know, 2 or 3 million, so let's call that 13. Guedes, let's say we move him on for 1 million, 14. Then we get Fabio Silva, let's say we get him out the door for 5, 19, maybe 20 million. We can get about 20 million if we move those players on. If I extend that to Rollheiser, who is actually a half-decent player on here, we could get 26 million for him. The question is, are there any players who are wanted? Well, Dan Hughes is wanted on loan by Watford. Tavares is wanted. I wouldn't want to move Tavares on, but for that value, we could do some real rebuilding. So I would listen to offers for him. Everyone else in the team, I would like to keep, but really, I don't think it's the case that there's anyone who's not for sale, because at the end of the day, we do need to do a bit of a rebuild job here. But that is going to be more for the next video. So, until the next time, where we start with part 1 of Club 3 of my career, I will be seeing you then. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this look into the next phase of this save, don't forget to leave a big like on the video for me. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the content going forward. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you for part 1 of Wolves. Take care.